Into our first round of the DreamHack Masters Spring 2021, and Young's gonna kick things off with authority. 2 headshots delivered, and just like that, G2 on the back foot. They're trying to bring the bomb towards the site now. They have NikO as a pivot point just outside of Palace. But the fact that they lost those 2 players down around middle off just a very aggressive push from Young has kind of thrown a wrench in the works. Now Chopper removing
members of G2 just trying to send some prayers through with these pistols, but just Spirit not having it, connecting the dots on every shot they've taken, leaving Hunter very lonely with the Glock and smoke grenade over here by this A side of the map while you've been playing so passive in T-spawn. Now, that did give them the benefit, though, of having those added resources to really make sure that they got control of middle. You can see them trying to stamp out any type of cat peek with those Molotovs as they try to, you know, get control of connector, which they have done. degster, of course, aware of that being possible. Smoke's coming in to block off jungle, and G2 looking to spring onto A site.
Making moves out, but this is where some of the inferior weaponry may work against Spirit. I say that as degster drills in with 2 frags, but there's Hunter and nexa both stepping up to the plate just shy of 30 seconds. The bomb's been spilled out, is retrievable, but Young not overextending, waiting for the rest of the troops to arrive and help him out from CT side. The spray through the triple box is going to connect tons of damage onto Hunter, but doesn't finish him outright. HE's trying to finish off what they started, and a Molotov on top of the triple box, but Hunter successfully gets the bomb planted and scurries away to Tetris. Molly now tossed onto triple, will be stalling the re-engage from Spirit, and allows NikO to start to make a move around the back of them. They know that time is of the essence. The bomb already a third of the way down, and NikO looking to shut their eyes permanently into round 3. He's waiting his time, he's biting, and now he will strike. Big kill onto magixx, leaves Young in such an awkward position. And to add everything else to the woes, he's got no grenades, no smokes, no flashes, and now no life. G2 finally gets
to have a potential skirmish that might take place here up close in the apartments with magixx and AmaNEk.
A lot of moving parts, but it seems like the end destination will be on the B site. JaCkz will be ripping straight through in. The aforementioned MP9 now needs to hold its ground, and it's magixx that puts it into the head of AmaNEk. Drops down, can't quite get double. And that's where if he had an M4, you expect it to shine through and prevail with a double kill. As it stands, though, Spirit are up close enough to have a feasible swing and see if something connects in the process. Nexa and JaCkz are both feeling worse than they're at low HP, and Nexa's now been finished off. Chopper going in for the pre-fire, doing his due diligence and closing off these angles. There's no kit between the 2 of them, though, currently, and they have to pick one up from a corpse of their team. If they concede this, you're looking at another 2 rounds at least.
Yeah, it seems like they could have maybe taken a bit more shaved off to try to get him that op, but we do see an exchange breakout in middle here. NikO and Mir both collecting an opponent in that mix. We're seeing the A split being postured up here by G2. 2 players coming in for Palace, including the bomb carrier. Hunter has control of connector. Again, that smoke is on jungle that we saw a few rounds ago, looking to just slice and dice this A site with Chopper, really the solo defender for now, but Young and Mir coming in as reinforcements. Just in time, but they're getting stamped out.
2v3, Spirit slightly behind. They needed Mir to come up clutch. One of their star players has been dulled down. And now magixx definitely has it within him to clutch this. First frag is given away for free, but Hunter at least gets the information. Traded up to the AK, realizing they're going to have a very good idea as to where he is. No point playing shy. Get out there in amongst the frags. magixx, Molly towards firebox, no one home. And the fact that no one was there occupying the position for another freebie suggests that this round may have just come to a close. Whether he can save is yet to be seen, but G2's positioning, especially with a weakened NikO, they have no reason to push. They've already got the round in their pocket.
Again, what you're seeing here from G2 is they're very potentially another A attack with Hunter's presence in middle.
This is really cool to see. They're just isolating Spirit from one another. The flashbang was so good. And although there's 2 players stuck at the back of the site, one of which is degster, he's now been nullified. And AmaNEk goes in for more. Entering like a boss. 3K for AmaNEk. And
oh, misses the jump that he was looking for there.
Actually works out in his favor, though. Relocates into the connector. Knocks out nexa. So finally, Spirit have the first pick. They have a first chance in what feels like forever. I don't think any of these 6 rounds that G2 have picked up, Spirit have had the first kill this cleanly. And a second.
No, you're
as
absolutely correct. Yeah, that's kind of odd from JaCkz. He just kind of gave that one away for free. degster does take a lot of heat there from NikO. and company in middle, taken down to 19 HP, but still able to escape. They also did have Palace control with Chopper with the Deagle, so a lot of things are seemingly going Spirit's way. They might finally take a round in one of those situations that you just didn't anticipate it, considering their resources. Big catch from Young onto Hunter. This round is just crumbling beneath G2.
Finally, we're seeing what degster has up his sleeve. Now, take nothing away from the rest of Spirit, and I think G2 may have walked into a bit of a trap here. But is this the kind of round that Spirit can realistically rinse and repeat time after time? G2 will be looking at this as a bit of a blip on the radar, and of course, it's not done just yet. You have NikO and you have AmaNEk, 10 kills between the two of them. It's more the lack of time that is being a bit of a concern towards me, and they've seen one up in the apps. But there's no reason to re-peek at this stage. Just make the call, go for the rotations. Molly is well placed, forces out the smoke. Now pushing through with a flashbang, and magixx from apps will put down AmaNEk. They know where NikO is, and they've dealt with Spirit, but they do have 2 incendiaries left, and really the emphasis is on G2 to make the next move. 35 seconds. Can they get the slight timing window? As Young moves away, Chopper now gets aggressive towards Palace. An integral frag goes the way of JaCkz. But now degster, perfectly poised on CT. With his AWP, will let it do the talking for him. And try and dull down and suppress G2. They're not going to put out just behind the first casualty of JaCkz. They're going to stall this one out a little bit longer. Big frag from Hunter, and there's NikO as well with the AWP. And in doing so, probably just gives G2 a 7th round.
Indeed, yeah, G2 able to weather that early storm. Great pick from JaCkz off Palace, as you said, but I feel like there must have been some type of miscommunication there from Spirit in time, and perhaps catch them behind. AmaNEk has to cover NikO here to allow NikO to keep getting angles with the AWP towards jungle and towards spawn. Young actually will now slide into that jungle position. Now I'm just making sure that no one's in the smoking window. G2 looking to pounce on A. But again, with Chopper having this forward angle on A ramp and degster being there with the op already, it seems like Period are well prepared.
And also the bomb was dropped way back towards middle, so they already were lacking a player. They have to send another player away, and they're just being ripped to shreds, just bit by bit, piece by piece. Nexa, the only player that's got any success, but it feels like it's too little too late.
Pushing up connector, however, but degster's op is right there. He's got some coverage for Young to focus up.
2 frags go down, and nearly gets a 3rd. They're just walking out one by one. Nexa and JaCkz, with 18 seconds to go, have got to get kills. They just picked up 2, but degster's still stuck at the back of the site, and as long as he lives, it funnels away the team's attention from the real threat, which is Young and Sandwich. And now
no op for NikO, and they're going to pick up the pace, it looks like, Vince. Smoke's already down at jungle and stairs, but these incendiaries have slowed them down, but they're going to extinguish and push forward.
They're not respecting the nades. They're going to push straight through, and maybe they should have respected, because they're being blown piece by piece from G2. They're now pushing their way through, though, and NikO's at least got himself the 1 kill. Maybe there's still a way back. However, now Team Spirit are realizing that, and they're saying, nope, Young, go across to B and try and fend this one off.
Yeah, it looks like NikO will get the plant, Vince, but just the fact that we already see Young on the flank through B apartments and the rotation coming in, this is going to be troublesome for NikO. He's trying to find a new angle.
Oh, the aim pushing through. This time, no incendiaries to greet them on ramp. They will be spilling out, but it's degster that spills the blood of JaCkz. Chopper also chips in for NikO. There is 1 kill in retaliation, but that probably won't be good enough for G2. They are throwing in the flank from Hunter as he moves into B, bypassing any players. But the fact that the bomb is still in ramp, and look at AmaNEk's position, he's completely screwed, comes out with a big headshot going to Young, but he can't.
WP, he's basically trapped in the corner. Time is dwindling, and Nexa caught the kill onto Mir. That is massive. That gives him a chance now, as we can see Hunter cut off the rotations in spawn. The bomb makes it into B.
9 could very well just rip through both players, and it's tracked towards the A play if Spirit want to go for it. Nexa has a few opportunities, snatches at it, and misses as a result. Young, the pistol king of the first round, is still alive, and he's already posted up 2. There is a kit down, which was trying to get retrieved by JaCkz, but he's lost his life as a result, and that puts a 4 HP AmaNEk into a 1-on-3 post plant. Young, the pistol god, well with the AK, but he's already moved up towards connector. Oh, this is going to be boding so poorly for G2, and AmaNEk, just off the back of picking up the AWP, has been suppressed, and he'll be scratching his head wondering how the hell they pushed up mid that fast.
Yeah, definitely a different look that round from Spirit compared to what we saw all first half long from G2, just really being much more swift, you know, going for the dry peek, going for that high speed, and some DaYoung catching JaCkz jiggle peeking in this B site. We see Hunter putting some utility down to try to slow the progress down of some DaYoung. Meanwhile, NikO able to catch Mir out towards middle, so starting to try to get the numbers back. Nexa getting A ramp control. Pushing it back. NikO now stuck in window, but smoked off. And we are going to see Spirit start collecting together inside these B apartments, looking for a potential B split play. Chopper still keeping presence in middle, keeping these players interested. It's all going to really come down to Hunter. He smartly backed off. He wants to just try to catch a kill, maybe play for the retake, as we do see Nexa making that flank. Great kill from NikO in mid.
There's that fluidity that you were talking about before, the versatility. AmaNEk goes down with the AWP, well, no problem. NikO can pick it up and pick up the slack, albeit down to 26. 20 seconds to go with, though. That's going to be enough time for the post-plant to come to fruition. magixx, a flash into the market. They're trying to buy up enough time for this rotational play to come through, and if magixx had gone down to the hands of Hunt, that may have changed the attention away.
Early in that first half, they were building up a solid lead. Now it's all gone. And again, if Spirit wins this round, you fancy their chances to sprint towards the finish line because the economy is just not there for G2.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, they can see the finish line right now. And G2 know that they are multiple laps behind. They're hoping that Spirit trip over, they fumble it, let G2 back into this. But when you look at the utility, 2 incendiaries with well over a minute to play with, Spirit are posturing just outside of ramp and palace, and additionally are now smoking off middle. So that control will be coming in, and this is almost like a boa constrictor just slowly tightening its grip on the CT side. NikO's going to try and burst out though, and in doing so, some DaYoung is gift wrapped a free frag. AmaNEk, the only player that's bounced back. There's a ton of damage that's been done, but he misses his second opportunity. And with that missed shot, the round may very well follow, especially as Chopper is laying JaCkz to rest. A ton of flashes. Pure and utterly blinded is AmaNEk. Finally comes back in with a bit of action towards some DaYoung. Good shot through the boxes onto Mia, but he's nowhere near in good enough position to feasibly clutch this round. And Chopper...
Cheer, right? Not wanting to put all their eggs in this one basket, but give themselves a fighting chance by getting a couple of upgraded pistols and a scout out on the field. Utility, though, pouring in at connector, kind of blocking them off a bit, but one smoke went deep, so maybe there's a chance for G2?
Oh, JaCkz okay with a deagle, puts down one, but there's no follow-up damage, and Hunter was smoked off. He wanted to wide swing out. Now he's got the opportunity. Speaking of unleashing, Hunter finally springs into action, and G2 have something to get hype about. The bomb drop here is horrific for some DaYoung, and to add to his woes, he's been smoked off. Still tons of time left, and money as well to justify going in for this. So the round may not be over just yet, but G2, courtesy of a beautiful play from Hunter, they've got a real chance.
I would say they got more than a real chance, Vince. I would say this is pretty much guaranteed at this point with the bomb being down in the location that it is. It's going to be hard for some DaYoung to isolate some 1v1s and somehow get bomb possession back. Hunter has to divert his attention there with the op, which means it's all going to come down to timing once again. Now Hunter may be able to come in and help cover the balcony so we can focus on Cat. So this will help the defense out a bit.
AmaNEk molly towards site, but they're all spilling out of the apps already, but it does bottleneck them into the embracing arms of Hunter, who's really come alive in these last couple of rounds, as has AmaNEk. 3 HP left, already 2 kills, and 2 more players to deal with, and AmaNEk holds the line one more time. degster finally will get the man, but there's only 14 seconds, and it's not even as if he has control over the bomb, and JaCkz saved the round for them. No doubt in my mind. That was a 2v4. Now Chopper, though, goes straight back in, nullifying NikO, who's down on Underpass, and JaCkz tries to scurry away, but he gets picked off in the back.
The fearlessness from some DaYoung to jump into the fire, knowing that he would get the timing. That was very onto these weapons for the next round. Spirit edging closer to map point. G2's put up some good resistance here in the middle of the second half, but again, that's the situation they were put in based on the economy. Oh, and AmaNEk's been spotted. Oh, lands a shot anyway. That is huge for G2. That's the spark they needed.
Especially considering that some DaYoung has been up there as one of the best players on the server.
Yes.
So that's a huge pick, a huge scalp to take. Minute left on the clock. Spirit now making moves through middle. Smokes deployed both on catwalk and also in the window. Additionally on the CT side of connector, where NikO is up close with the M4. Once that smoke clears, Mia may very well explode out with a flash alongside it. NikO holds the line. That's the bomb that's been dropped, and NikO goes in for seconds. Suddenly only 2 players remain. It's degster, who has a ton of grenades still at his disposal, tossing them across, but it's magixx that has to pick up the slack. And well, it won't be
On top the boxes. Will be tested by Sumdaeyoung soon. Sumdaeyoung gets the read. That is impressive. Huge kill.
40 seconds left. Spirit, who are thinking and toying with the idea of hitting A. The second the smoke and a FAMAS spray goes through there, they just instantly dip out. They're headed to B, and JaCkz is rotating off. Now realizes, hold on, they haven't pushed on A site just yet. I should maybe hold my ground. But it will be JaCkz alone. He has the AK.
And there's no rotation really in place yet either. He could be in a lot of trouble. He has to absolutely pop off here to give his team a chance. NikO gets a kill. In the meantime, though, out in middle, that's going to help things along. JaCkz playing smart.
Big headshot. Bomb's been tickled. Does he go out for the white swing? He knows it's going to be a fake, but magixx with a drive-by headshot. So impactful for Spirit, and degster from apps pops off AmaNEk. And in that kill, they need nexa to rotate all the way around catwalk. They know the AWP's in apps. They'll be very cognizant of this on the approach. Every chance now for Spirit to clutch on for the 15-13 lead, but NikO, he's not done just yet. The A1S is back in action. Chopper's been tagged down. degster goes for the white swing, gets the frag, but now NikO, he's coming in. He knows exactly where degster is. He's been in these situations so many times. Holds down onto the side, the defuse. The bomb's got planted fully, but degster and NikO has stole around away from Spirit. That defuse could be the difference maker. And it should be mentioned that before that round, before that moment, NikO was having a bit of a rough one. He was definitely one of the weakest links on G2. Just goes to show that that class is permanent. However, let's not get ahead of ourselves, because Spirit is still in with this. They do counteract onto AmaNEk. JaCkz gets aggressive. The FAMAS though will come out second best, and Sumdaeyoung punishes him.
Yeah, you could tell that G2 wanted to do something a little bit different there as their player at Ticket Booth got caught with the op. I believe that was AmaNEk, so JaCkz is looking to try to, you know, find some intel, maybe get the advantage back, but gets caught, and now instead Spirit are the ones to step ahead into this round. It's still plenty of clock left to play with. They have mid control. They're shuffling that bomb through apartments. We can very easily tell that Hunter, with only the SMG to play with, is very isolated at the back of this B site. No assistance even nearby. As we see nexa gambling on this forward angle at A ramp. It's all going to come down to NikO's op and how he chooses to rotate. It looks like the site's going to be taking Hunter again, left alone.
25 seconds, MP9, SMG, tailor-made for close angles such as this. When things get hot and heavy, the MP9 douses down the flames of Spirit, and it could be in for more. Hunter picks up a third, he moves himself to 25, and more than likely G2 to 15, and Chopper gets caught in the cross. Hunter take a back.
For the squad, Hunter looking to get aggressive here over on catwalk, is going to get tested big time by several players. Spots a couple, crossfire established, but Spirit coming out on top in that exchange.
JaCkz, a different angle. They haven't used this too often. It's typically been on the side, and he does reap the rewards with the first frag. Low players coming in, chop it down to 2 HP, and JaCkz very nearly takes down Sumdaeyoung. Drops him to a measly 9 HP, so 2 of the 3 are sub 10 health. But there's only 2 players left for G2, and NikO's put that A1S to use. Has really ignited his own form in these last 4 or 5 rounds. AmaNEk spins up. What a headshot to Sumdaeyoung, and that could be good enough. degster's got 34 kills, by the way. This man has been unstoppable, an absolute mammoth important. JaCkz misses out the first shot, then white swings in, and magixx has been put down as a result. Hunter elsewhere's going deep into damage. Double frag for Hunter. And suddenly Spirit are a player behind. Sumdaeyoung was not anticipating the bait and switch from nexa on being on Tetris, and it leaves degster in a 1-on-3. I would not write this man off right now, but he doesn't have the AWP. It's the AK by his side. Knows what the first player is. He's more interested in where the second and third are. He's thinking about the clutch. Now sees the second players. nexa scurries away back into the ramp, and degster knows where he is. The only downside is the bomb is dropped for nexa. He has to come out and...
Ticket. They may be also concerned that someone from G2 has palace control. As the bomb does go down.
Right idea with the grenade, but just wrong lineup. Does no damage to JaCkz. Really well played by Spirit, by the way. They still had like a minute when all that action went down, so they just cooled their jets, waited, assumed G2 would go for a bit of a rotation. They did, and then they moved in afterwards and caught G2 in awkward positions. Great post plans have now been assumed. Flashbang through, nowhere near good enough though to deal with JaCkz, and although AmaNEk goes in for the peek, he does get the kill. The time is drawing ever so quickly, but NikO gets the timing now to JaCkz, and he is all alive. Surely not again, G2! Out of the fire, the flames, the ebbs, and they really...
A player to step up and land a shot. It's worked out for them. And now they just need one more. They're going to change things up with a very quick Palace push.
degster has landed 40 kills, and he's not done just yet. Molly up and over onto Palace. Spirit with another lead. This time, though, a very different ball game. It's not G2 trying to retake. It's trying to aggress, trying to puncture through and perforate the site, pillage it if they can. And degster shutting down nexa has got them a step towards holding on. The thing is as well,
to safely progress towards connector, another smoke being banked to get inside of it if they so choose. Bomb is going to come up a ramp. Palace control has been taken by Chopper. That could be a little bit of an X factor later, but he actually gives it up and jumps into sight. And this kind of plays into G2's hand now. Now they're going to be able to come into a site. They might even be able to isolate Chopper on the site, as long as they use their utility correctly and they timed this perfect. And it looks like they are really onto the right jump, Vince. I'm liking G2's chances on this attack.
Time though, time is working against them. 13 seconds left, but Chopper has made his last stand, and it's a stand that doesn't yield too much. Mia misses so many shots, uncharacteristic for him, and maybe degster could punch this one, get the 3 seconds left. He's gonna